Welcome to the Moneypants Solution digital online course, where we're going to show you how to set up the Moneypants solution in your home. Step number 1 is pants that fit. Here's what we're going to go over in this section. We'll share with you the big secret to motivating your kids to work and why it is so effective. Why this system won't cost you any more money than you're already spending on your kids, and how to leverage that money to help your kids learn to work and to develop good habits that will ideally last a lifetime. We'll walk you through how to choose the right point chart based off of your financial situation. We'll go over the pre-filled point charts and how they're organized, and we'll show why most point systems fail and how you can avoid making the same 3 basic mistakes most people make when setting up point charts and chore systems. This step will set the foundation for the entire Moneypants system. But before we begin, we want to go over the guiding principles. These are the 10 core beliefs we subscribe to for making decisions about raising children. This is key to understanding Moneypants and how it works. The 10 guiding principles are: children are inherently good and capable beings who thrive within appropriate boundaries. Every person has a unique mission in life. Maturity and confidence comes from accepting responsibility and acting on it. Human beings are only happy when they are progressing, and progress takes work. Everything of value in life comes through hard work. When we work, work becomes easier because we get stronger and better at doing it. Measuring and reporting your kids' progress helps them get better faster. Never do for others what they can and should do for themselves. You can't give what you don't have. If you're unable to care for yourself, how can you serve others? Effective parents are honest, straightforward, and follow through on their word. Now, with those 10 basic values in mind, let's continue. 2 generations ago, it was commonly understood that if you gave your kids everything and didn't have them work for any of it, your kids would get spoiled. However, in our generation, the definition of a good parent is someone who does give their kids everything. It's no wonder that a lot of kids today are spoiled. Only now we call it being entitled. The problem is, not only do we as parents feel intense social pressure to give our kids everything, but we naturally want to give our kids everything, the best of what we have. Unfortunately, by so doing, we are actually hurting our children. By giving our kids everything, we're depriving them of some of the most important things in life, like character, work ethic, gratitude, and the ability to succeed on their own. The good news is, there's a simple solution. We call it the big secret. You see, everyone spends money on their kids. You feed them, you clothe them, you give them shelter, water, electricity, toilet paper, dishes, bed, sheets, blankets, pillows, hot water, dishwashers, washing machines, refrigerators, bicycles, helmets, scooters, basketball, soccer lessons, dance lessons, piano lessons, shoes, socks, and underwear, designer jeans, designer shirts, designer hats, computers, laptops, desktops, iPods, iPads, cell phones, iPhones, and more. And that's not even considering college. How much do your kids actually pay for in your home? The key to financial responsibility is to simply let your kids start paying for stuff themselves. But in order for that to work, you have to stop giving them everything. The big secret is this. You're going to take some of the money you are currently spending on your children right now, and instead you're going to have your kids start earning it. With this new system, you're not actually going to spend a dime more than you already do. You're just going to change how you spend it. Instead of giving your kids things, you're going to give them opportunities, earning opportunities. You're going to give them opportunities to earn the money you were going to spend on them anyway. This is the Moneypants solution. We all know we spend a lot of money on our kids, but most families aren't sure how much money they spend on their kids. They don't know how much of that money their kids should be able to earn, and they don't know how much to pay their kids for chores in order to stay within that budget. Here's the solution. We went to the 2013 U.S. Census data and looked at national averages. Parents spend money on their children in proportion to how much they earn. The more money you make, the more you spend on your kids. A good visual representation of this is at babycenter.com. There you can see that for a family making around $60,000 a year, they spend around $11,000 per year on their kid. Now, $11,000 is a lot, but we don't want our kids paying for health care or for food or for housing yet. The 2 categories we want them to start paying for, though, are clothing and miscellaneous items. The miscellaneous items include things like sports teams, movie tickets, toys, and birthday presents for friends. This is the money your kids are now going to have the opportunity to earn. You'll notice that that's about $1,300 per year per kid, or about $25 per week. Yes, your kids are going to be able to earn up to $25 per week. If you make between $61,000 and $105,000 a year, You spend about $2,200 on each kid, or about $42 per week. And if your income is over $105,000 a year, you spend on average about $3,200 per year for each of your children, or about $61 per week. If you want to get more detailed information on these statistics, take a look at the 2 U.S. Census documents below. There you can find all the facts and figures we use to calculate our system. So many parents will balk at this point and ask, why should I pay my kids? The point isn't that you're paying your kids. It's that you're having them work for things instead of them getting everything for free. In the process, your kids are going to develop a strong work ethic, life skills, good habits, and way more gratitude for what they have and for what you do give them. We call this leveraging. You're literally getting more bang for your buck. You're not just giving your kids things, you're giving them the chance to learn and grow and develop amazing skills and abilities and habits and preparing them for success in the real world and so much more. Now that you have a good idea of how much you spend on your kids, it's time to choose a point chart that reflects that. We've used the census data to create 3 separate point charts, A, B, and C, and each one reflects a different income bracket. If you're income level A, you should use point chart A. If you're income level B, you should use point chart B, and if you're income level C, you should use point chart C. Super easy. Now let's quickly go over what's on the point charts. There are 10 daily chores, 10 daily habits, and 10 weekly chores. The chores are the basic chores any household needs to have done on a daily basis in order for the home to run smoothly. Things like cleaning the bedroom, vacuuming, doing the dishes, cleaning bathrooms, and getting the laundry done. Each chore has a training video associated with it. You can find those in the chore training videos. There's also a coordinating checklist in the print materials. You can print those checklists out and post them in the job areas. The 10 daily habits are designed to help your children become well-rounded, to develop socially, mentally, physically, emotionally, and academically. These are habits that will help them to be successful in life. For example, going to bed on time, or writing in their journal, or daily exercise, or even getting their homework done in a timely manner. The 10 weekly chores are things that still need to get done to maintain the home, but don't have to be done on a daily basis, like mowing the lawn or cleaning out the fridge. We also have babysitting in here. Be sure to see the Q&A for how to effectively use the babysitting chore. Next to each chore and habit, there is a point value. This is what that chore is worth each time your child completes it. So here on point chart B, your child would earn 10 points every day they clean their bedroom. At the end of the week, that's a potential earning of 70 points. Keep in mind that there are some jobs that you can mark more than once per day, like doing the dishes or wiping the table. For example, during summer vacation, if your child does the dishes 3 times a day, every day of the week, they would earn 525 points. If they did everything on their chart, they would earn $42. That's the same amount of money you were spending on them anyway. That's how this works. Now, at this point, you may be tempted to modify how much the kids are getting paid on the point charts, but you shouldn't. This is a common mistake. A lot of parents are surprised at how little the jobs pay, and so they think that by increasing the pay amount, their kids will be more motivated to work. But it doesn't work. It's counterintuitive, but by paying your kids more, it will actually demotivate them to work. This is common mistake number 1. And this is why. Once kids have sufficient money, they have no desire to work. They have no need to work. The only reason they will work at that point is if they are nagged, guilt-tripped, or threatened. They are no longer self-motivated, nor will they come to you asking for extra work. In contrast, if you follow the Moneypants system, your kids will come to you asking for more work to do. Which leads to mistake number 2, not assigning your kids sufficient financial responsibilities. Most point charts and allowances let kids spend all their money on candy and toys. It's all discretionary income. The kids don't have a driving need to work and earn. They're only motivated when they want candy or toys. But if you follow the Moneypants solution, you will assign your kids multiple financial responsibilities that are equally balanced with their pay. So they will need to work in order to play sports or buy clothes or new electronics or a bike. The need goes up. And we'll discuss the necessity of creating what we call an environment of need in the upcoming sections. Think of it this way. The reason you as the parent work at your job, rain or shine, is because you have bills to pay. How long would you work at your job if you had plenty of money, an endless supply of food, no mortgage, and no bills to pay? You work because you have to. You work because you need to. It's not because you have a new quad runner or a boat to buy. Consistent work only comes when there is a need. The Moneypants solution helps you define that need in your home for your children. This then leads to common mistake number 3, not following through. Once the initial euphoria of getting paid lots of money wears off and the reality of responsibility begins to sink in, many kids will decide they don't want to work or do it anymore. It's no longer fun and exciting. They will do their best to manipulate their parents into rescuing them from their new financial responsibilities. They'll beg or plead or cry big alligator tears to try to make their parents feel guilty or sorry for them, and thus give in and just pay for their stuff. It's all an attempt to get out of having to work. Don't give in. This is total manipulation, and if you give in, your kids will know you are not serious and that you lied to them. This will only hurt you and your children in the long run. For example, let's say you set up with your daughter that she has to pay for her own soccer team registration, but she A, chooses not to work, and B, squanders what money she already has. Now, when it comes time for soccer signups, she doesn't have the money. She comes to you and begs and mopes and explains how it isn't her fault that she doesn't have any money. She blames you for being a bad parent and makes all kinds of excuses why she shouldn't have to pay. She reminds you that none of her friends have to pay their own way. She tells you how stupid this new Moneypants thingy is and how she doesn't like you. This is manipulation. Don't fall for it, or you'll be teaching your daughter a very dangerous lesson. In fact, you'll be teaching her 3 dangerous lessons. Instead of teaching your daughter to take responsibility for her own life and her own money, you'll be teaching her that she can negotiate her way out of consequences. By giving her what she wants, you will be rewarding her for manipulating you. But perhaps most importantly, you will be teaching her that your word means nothing, and as a result, she won't believe you when you say something in the future. On the other hand, if you kindly but firmly stick to your guns, your daughter will know that you are serious and you will maintain a positive relationship and there will not be a fight next time. Your daughter will accept her responsibilities and learn to start working for what she has. We'll talk more about how to assign financial responsibilities in Moneypants step number 2. Also, be sure to consistently hold job inspections and payday. This is critical to maintaining the system, but also to maintaining your child's trust. They need that consistency. In contrast, by not having regular inspections and payday, you're not holding up your end of the bargain, and your kids will lose their focus. We'll talk more about job inspections and payday in Moneypants steps number 3 and 4. And that's it for Moneypants step number 1. Your homework is to determine which point chart is right for your current financial situation. Don't print it out yet or start filling it out. That's the next step. Take a look at the questions and answers document included for Moneypants step number 1. You can also review the U.S. Census papers as well as visit babycenter.com. Once you're done with that, you can move on to Moneypants step number 2.